Introduction glassblowing is both art and science, a craft that has transformed simple sand into vessels of beauty and utility for over 2 millennia. From its humble beginnings in the ancient Near East to its flourishing in Renaissance Venice and its reinvention during the Industrial Revolution. The history of glass-blowing charts, a remarkable journey of human ingenuity. This report surveys that evolution in 8 sections, providing context and detail that will take approximately 7 to 10 minutes to read. 1. Origins of glass and early glassmaking, natural and early man-made glass. Glass occurs. Naturally, ancient Egyptians and Mesopotamians collected pieces of obsidian and desert glass formed by lightning strikes. By the 3rd millennium BCE, these civilizations had learned to make small beads and inlays by melting silica-rich sands with plant ash and lime in crucible furnaces, core forming and casting. Between 1500 and 1000 BCE, core forming, winding hot glass around a removable core, and casting into molds became widespread in Mesopotamia and Egypt. These techniques produced perfume bottles, small vessels, and decorative pieces. But each item required hours of labor and extensive kill work. 2. Invention of glass blowing approximately 1st century BCE. Syrian innovation around the mid-1st century BCE. Craftsmen in the Syrian city of Sidon, modern Lebanon, discovered that heated glass could be inflated with a metal pipe, much like a hot air balloon. This technique, glass blowing, revolutionized production by enabling hollow forms to be created quickly. How it works: a gather of molten glass is collected on the end of a blowpipe. By rolling, shaping, and inflating through the pipe, artisans created vessels with thinner walls and larger capacity. Tools such as jacks, paddles, and shears allowed them to refine shape, add handles, and decorate while the glass remained malleable. 3. Spread and Roman mastery, 1st–4th century CE Roman proliferation. The Romans embraced glass blowing almost immediately. Workshops of officinae sprang up across the empire, from Syria to Italy, Gaul, and North Africa. Glass vessels became everyday items: drinking cups, amphorae for oil and wine, window panes in public baths, and more. Technological refinements. Romans developed multi-part molds and lathe turning, allowing patterned glass and thin-walled beakers. They also pioneered glass tesserae for mosaics. Roman sites such as Cologne and Aquilare unearthed large-scale furnaces capable of supporting dozens of blowers and apprentice grinders. 4. Late Antiquity and the early Middle Ages decline and adaptation. From the 4th to the 8th century CE. Political instability and the collapse of Roman administration led to a contraction in large-scale production. Glassmakers adapted by producing simpler forms for the emerging monastic and local markets. Islamic world innovations. By the 8th century, Islamic centers such as Damascus and Raqqa revived and expanded glass blowing. They introduced luster painting, metallic oxide glazes, enameling, and cameo glass techniques, influencing medieval Europe via trade routes. 5. Medieval Europe and the rise of Murano, 9th–15th century. Early European centers. Workshops in Venice's Rialto district began in the 9th century, benefiting from Eastern contacts. By the 13th century, the Venetian Republic ordered all glassmakers to relocate to the island of Murano to contain fire risk and protect trade secrets. Murano's Golden Age. From the 14th to 16th centuries, Murano became synonymous with excellence. Artisans perfected cristallo, a high-clarity glass, attimo, opaque white glass, and aventurine sparkling glass flecked with copper. Ada. They invented milky white latticino filigree and delicate sommerso layering techniques, Venetian glassware goblets, chandeliers, beads, and mirrors was exported across Europe. Ada sex. Renaissance to early modern developments, 16th–18th century. Competition and diffusion. Murano's success spurred other European courts to establish their own workshops. Nevers and Rouen in France. Bohemia, modern Czech Republic, and England's London glass houses. Venetian artisans sometimes fled with secret formulas, spreading techniques. Scientific glassblowing. By the 17th century, glassblowing was crucial for science. Robert Hooke and Robert Boyle required custom glassware, flasks, barometers, telescopes. This demand led to specialized lampworking techniques using focused flames rather than large furnaces. 7. Industrial Revolution and Mass Production, 19th–early 20th century. Mechanization in the 19th century. Inventions such as the cylinder method, drawing glass into large tubes, then slicing and flattening, and later the Fourcault process enabled mass production of window glass. Bottle making became partially automated with the Owens automatic bottle machine, patented 1903. Art glass movements. Simultaneously, thoughts and crafts movement in Britain and Art Nouveau in France, for example. Emile Tiffany studios revived hand-blown artistry. Techniques such as cameo carving and iridescent fuming became hallmarks of luxury and artistic expression. Contemporary studio glass movement, mid-20th century present, pioneering artists. In the 1960s, Harvey Littleton and Dominic Labino in the United States demonstrated that small-scale furnaces could be built for individual studios. This spawned the studio glass movement, empowering artists like Dale Chihuly, Lino Tagliapietra, and Stanislav Lebensk. Techniques and innovation. Modern glassblowers blend ancient methods with new technologies, oxygen fuel torches, digital modeling, and cold working, cutting, grinding, polishing. Today's artists create everything from sculptural installations to functional vesselware, often collaborating with architects, fashion designers, and multimedia creators. Conclusion: from core-formed beads in ancient Mesopotamia to the soaring chandeliers of Murano and the experimental sculptures of today's studio artists, glass blowing has evolved through cycles of innovation, cross-cultural exchange, and technological transformation. Its history underscores how a simple mixture of silica, soda, and lime shaped by human breath and fire can yield objects of profound utility and beauty, enduring across centuries as a testament to creativity's boundless possibilities.